Hello and welcome back to Farewell Wanderlust. I'm pretty sure this episode is gonna be spicy, so I guess we'll find out if blurring is enough or if YouTube still nukes the thing. We'll find out together. But come on, let's hurry to the showers. I don't want to wait much longer, and something tells me you don't either. He trots over to the entrance while I catch up to him. The building's mostly empty, save for a lone staff member. The two of us scurry over to the shower room with the older man taking the lead. I'm surprised when Cassidy just swipes a card and the door opens. Oh god, 922 flashbacks. The room is clean and brightly lit, but not eerily so. No one else is using the showers when we walk in. Is it usually so empty in here? It really depends on the time. We truckers tend to drive for very long times. Just this year, we aren't allowed to drive more than 11 hours in a day. But I would sometimes go longer before that. I think my record was 16 hours. Got a reckless streak, old man. Let's just say I know what a misspent youth is like. Enough about me, though. I want to take advantage of us being alone. He leans in towards me. I back up until I touch the wall, letting his lips meet mine. His lips are soft, and he shifts his weight towards me until I'm pressed between the wall and his body. I was patiently waiting for this, so I immediately kiss him back and put one hand on his back. My shirt rides up a little, as does Cassidy's. Since my shirt is thin and worn, I can feel Cassidy's fur against mine right above my crotch. Cassidy leans back just enough to allow me to see. That was everything I thought it would be. For me, too. How about you show me what else your mouth does? How about you show me what else that mouth does, Daddy? Not yet, kiddo. You gotta get clean first. He takes off his shirt and jacket and wraps them into a bundle. He also removes his necklace, which I now realize holds a cross symbol. It was hard to notice before due to being in the dark, but it's crystal clear under the interior lights. Huh. His pants and underwear soon follow. I allow myself a moment to admire his body. Come on, strip down fully. I'll put our clothes away while you get the hot water going. I immediately obey, taking off my shirt and shorts. I slowly pull down my underwear, wanting to give him as much of a show as I can. He grins when my half erection springs free, then leaves me to start the water. I sneak a peek at his ass and then go to get the water ready. I like the water hot, so I set it to as high a temperature as it will go. At first, it's cold and stinging, but it heats up quickly. Cassidy returns quickly hopping under the water after he shuts the stall door. Once the water hits him, he lets out a loud, almost moan sigh. No, that's a little weird. That really hits the spot. It sure does. Thanks for this. It's nice to be able to do this. I wasn't expecting to be able to shower for several more days. Definitely good to do so then. Cassidy straightens up and his mood seems to change from lustful to severe. So, I didn't have a chance to ask before, but why are you out here? It's quite a precarious situation to put yourself in. I mean, it's one thing to go on a road trip, but intentionally throwing yourself out to the road with just the clothes on your back and little else is suicidally stupid. Ouch. I flinch at the blunt words being tossed my way. I take a moment before replying, examining the remaining body wash left in the shower. It's a floral scent. Not exactly my thing, but beggars can't be choosers. I'd rather not talk about it. I'll just say that I couldn't stand being in my hometown one more day. Cassidy looks thoughtful momentarily, then grimaces, as if he's put the pieces together and doesn't like what he's made from them. I see. Just letting you know that I hate seeing cute guys like you looking all gloomy, so feel free to open up if you change your mind. I'll give you my phone number. If you ever need any adult guidance, you can always call or text me. You're in your 20s, right? Something tells me you haven't gotten much of the guidance you should have. God. That part of me really wants to open up, but the words stick in my throat when I try to form them. I'm done talking about this. I've finally resigned myself to using that floral body wash, so I squirt some on my paws and rub it over my chest while I reply. Well, I'm not exactly a blushing virgin, but I wouldn't mind a particular kind of adult guidance. Cassidy grins, and immediately I can tell I've switched the mood from tense back to horny, for which I'm grateful. He snatches the body wash from where I set it down and squirts a big dollop in his hand. Let me do that. You aren't scrubbing nearly hard enough to ensure you got all the mats out of your fur. You just want to touch my body. Cassidy laughs. Guilty as charged, but I do want to make sure you're clean. This guy, he's dead set on taking care of me. The last thing I'd want is for the mood to get serious again, so I lean towards him and reach one hand around his waist. Well, you can touch me wherever. Just make sure you're clean also. I want to be able to explore all your body as well. Don't worry, kiddo. I'm more than ready to give you what you want. Cassidy pulls me closer to him and starts firmly massaging the soap suds into my pecs. Every time he makes a new pass, he gets a little closer to my groin, but never quite reaches it, instead always stopping around my navel. Not wanting to be outdone, I squirt more of the body wash onto my paws and start gently cleaning his back. His muscles are firm, and from here his glutes look just as strong. I bet he could ride me hard enough to break my pelvis. Damn, you're sexy. I could say the same to you. Your muscles are pretty big. You work out? Oh, I play rugby. And I used to spend much of my free time in the gym. Oh, it shows. I'm not really sure what to do with that. No one has ever complimented my effort like that before. Well, except my coach, but that was his job. And even then, he was sparing with his praise. Well, thank you. You seem pretty strong as well. I'm surprised you're able to work out much with your job. Cassidy moves his hands around to my shoulders, pushing firmly into them. What? You think all truckers are a bunch of slobs? I didn't... The old fucker laughs loud enough to drown out the sound of the shower. Relax, I'm only teasing you. To answer your question, well, I don't work out much per se, but just help unload the truck at its stop sometimes. But the boxes are usually heavy, so it's a good workout. He presses his hands even more firmly onto my shoulders. It feels terrific with some of the habitual tension I carry around easing. Ah, that feels nice. Cassidy's hands on me, combined with the water, especially relaxes me. I'm still rubbing Cassidy's back, but my movements have turned aimless. Turn around, kid. Let me wash you first. I know you want to get your hands on me, but let me pamper you, okay? Before I can reply, Cassidy uses his grip on my shoulders to casually spin me around. I eye him as best I can without turning around. Usually I wouldn't let anyone do this, not wanting to show how much I need it in fear of being too vulnerable. But Cassidy's soothing caresses are something I don't want to lose. My voice cracks a little when I reply. Go ahead. Good boy. You'll enjoy this, I promise. He keeps massaging my shoulders, getting the soap deep in there. One hand stays there while the other moves down my front, diligently getting my stomach soapy. I was already getting hard, but his touch is sending all my blood south. My dick reaches its full height and brushes against Cassidy's hand when one of his movements brings his hand particularly low. It's been a while since I've been with someone your age. I forgot how easily cute young guys get hard. He wraps his hand around my shaft and tugs, causing me to gasp. You want me to tend to this for you, don't you? Cassidy pushes down hard on my right shoulder, taking his hand off my dick at the same time. I already miss his hand around me. I said, you want me to tend to this for you, don't you? Fuck. Yes, Daddy. Good boy. Not yet, though. Cassidy moves both hands back behind me, rubbing down my back, getting every spot as precisely as he did my front. He lingers at my ass for a few seconds, gently squeezing. You're just sexy all around, aren't you? Before I can reply, he continues his journey downward, rubbing the inside of my thighs. One particular movement makes me moan loudly. Sensitive down there, huh? Something like that. If I weren't already rock hard, that would have gotten me there. God, you're so fucking cute. I'll have to rub you there when I've got you in my mouth. Yes, please. Cassidy continues his way down my legs, making sure to get them as clean as the rest of me. He's even careful to get between my toes. You're too kind. I'm not super flexible, and my balance isn't great either, so cleaning my feet is always a pain. Oh, I'm more than happy to take care of them. I love having my hands on you, Ash. This guy. Cassidy takes his hands off me and straightens up. Done? Good, now I can return the favor. Cassidy grins. Go for it. He already has a lot of soap on his body, but for good measure, I squirt some more onto my hand. I start where Cassidy did for me, at the shoulders. And even though I'm not as deft with my hands as he is, he's clearly enjoying it. Fuck, kid, this feels so good. I'm so glad I get to do this with a man after so long. And to think he'd be with a guy I met sleeping in the middle of nowhere. You know, normally if I wanted to find a guy who was ready and willing, I'd have a look in those tucked away clubs and bars. Oh? You go to those places often? I wish. It's hard for me to be tied down in one place, so the times I'm able to get some dick is few and far between, physically and figuratively. Makes sense. Still, it's kind of sad. I didn't know a lot of gay people growing up, and the ones I have met were less than pleasant. Sheltered? You could say that. I've been to gay clubs and bars a couple of times, but everyone I met there was so stuck up. They couldn't stand to give me the time of day. It was such a relief to finally meet another gay man who was actually kind. Honestly, it gave me a lot of hope that others like that aren't always so awful. You flatter me. But hey, that's life. Sometimes you find someone who's nice and caring, and other times you find yourself dodging a glass bottle thrown by an asshole calling you a faggot. The motions of my hands start to be less forceful and more sluggish as I think. Does it hurt to hear that word? Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never... Ash. Don't lie to me. For a moment, I stood still in shock. Yeah. It does hurt to hear that word. It hurts a lot. While I was thinking about why I feel so uncomfortable, all of a sudden, Cassidy turns to me and wraps his arms around me. Even with the two of us soaking in the warm shower water, there's a tenderness and a certain comfort about this man's touch which makes some part of me melt into a puddle. There isn't anything sexual about it. I only feel the solace of his welcoming embrace entering my body. A feeling I haven't felt in years. I think back to when Mike comforted me after one harrowing day. It's alright to be sensitive to that hate. Ain't nothing abnormal about it. And there's nothing immoral about liking other men. There might be some bad apples, but plenty of good gay men are out there. You just gotta work to find them. You're not just saying this to make me feel better, are you? You think I'd lie to you? I'll take your word for it. Huh. I'm tearing up. I didn't even notice until now. He releases the hug and looks at me. Feeling any better, kiddo? Yeah. Oop. I feel so much better. Thanks. No problem. He turns around and glances in my direction. Go on now. It won't wash itself. Gotcha. I continue to wash his back as the mood lightens up a bit. I force myself not to think about all of the heavy emotions I just felt. I instead put my mind toward putting my hands on Cassidy's bountiful body and all the horny thoughts that come downstream from that. He doesn't say a word, just closes his eyes and moves out of the immediate flow of water so the soap doesn't get washed away. He's content to let me do what I want, I guess. Which I'm more than okay with. Still, I don't want to linger too much. The view of his rump gets me riled up, but it's not enough to fuck in public. I'm well aware that I've abandoned any safety net I may have had. A public indecency charge is the last thing I want right now. Unfortunately, I've got to make this quick. Still, I can't entirely help myself from lingering around Cassidy's nipples. They don't seem too sensitive, but squeezing them does make them perk up a bit, and another lustful grin spreads across Cassidy's face when I do. I bet his ass would be fun to squeeze too. But I know I'll get carried away if I continue down that path. Gotta keep this chaste, unfortunately. Before I can lose my dwindling self-control, I hastily clean the area around Cassidy's waist, resolutely trying not to think about what kind of noises he'd make if I were inside of him. With that done, I can get my head out of the gutter. Kind of. A lot of water ran down Cassidy's body while he washed me, so he's already pretty clean. But now I want to focus on getting the dirtiest parts clean. Namely, getting in between his toes. He did the same for me, so I've got to return the favor. It must be where the gasoline sprayed on him, as I can still get a hint of that. It's not too strong though, so the body wash's strong scent should remove it. I carefully get in between his toes and scrub firmly. His feet are probably fairly sore from driving all day, so I press harder here than the rest of his body. Once I finish, I start washing his back. That goes quickly, as I had already gotten it half clean before. I stepped back from Cassidy and admired my handiwork. Gotten your fill, huh? Oh no, not at all. But the rest of what I want to do has to wait for more privacy. Just the response I was hoping for. Hold tight. I'll get our stuff and some towels. Sounds good. As Cassidy exits the stall, I turn off the shower. I immediately miss the hot water. Showering regularly is something I'll certainly miss on this journey. Cassidy returns with towels and our things get and our things pretty quickly. By silent agreement, we dry off and get dressed quickly. We're both eager to get to the privacy of Cassidy's truck. It's very good that Cassidy was able to park right nearby. But even with that, it's hard for me to contain myself and walk slowly. I manage it, but it takes all of my willpower. I don't want to look uncool in front of Cassidy. But he's walking in front, leading the way to his truck, so I don't think he notices anything. The view from back here is nice too. It would be better if he dropped those pants though. Once we get to the truck, Cassidy unlocks the door to the cab and practically flings the door open. He then steps in and extends his hand to me. Come on, kiddo. Get in here so I can give you what you're waiting for. With pleasure, Daddy. I grab Cassidy's hand and he yanks me inside. I kick the door shut behind me. As soon as that's done, Cassidy presses me against the back of the door, his lips meeting mine. It's a deeper, more demanding kiss than before, and I respond in kind. I feel a stronger connection with him after what he told me in the showers, so the kiss becomes more passionate. The metal of the door behind me is cold, but I don't mind. I wrap my arms around Cassidy to deepen the kiss. His tongue enters my mouth and slides against mine. His arms are around me as well, keeping me stable as he makes minor adjustments to my position for both our comfort. The sleeper area isn't super wide, though, so I'd prefer to be on the bed. Cassidy seems to feel likewise as he pulls me back from the kiss. As delectable as you are, kiddo, this would be easier on the bed. I was just thinking the same thing. Cassidy ruffles the fur on my head a little. Good boy. Before I can respond, Cassidy reaches his arms under my thighs and hoists me off the ground. My brain goes a little blank. I love being manhandled like this, but it's been a while since I've had it happen to me. I don't get to enjoy it very long, though, as Cassidy tosses me gently onto the bed. He then stands back with a smirk. Shirt off, kiddo. I quickly comply, pulling off both my tops and tossing them behind me. You really are sexy. He closes the distance between us and leans down in front of me. When I'm sitting up, he places his hands on my chest and gently pushes me backward till I'm lying down. His hands stay on my chest while he kicks off his shoes and gets on the bed to straddle my hips. Once Cassidy has gotten himself comfortable, he starts to squeeze my nipples. It causes me to moan quietly. Cassidy cuts off my moan by pressing his lips to mine once more. I love having his hands on me, and my blood is already rushing southward. Cassidy's hips are right on my crotch, so he definitely notices, but he doesn't react. He just keeps kissing me and massaging my chest and stomach. I want him to go faster, but I can tell he's going to take his time. Which I don't exactly mind, as it feels really good. I'm feeling a little needy though, so I place my hands around Cassidy's neck for support and start grinding into him. Cassidy's tongue slides against my own and then he straightens up. He starts pushing his hips back against mine, causing a delicious friction against me. My shorts don't hold much back, so he's practically touching my dick. It feels so good. I may cut this. We'll find out. We'll see. But if I do cut this, then you can go download it yourself. Okay, yeah, that was basically just sex. So I'm fine with cutting that. out and not risking anything. I'll leave the groping in the shower there because I think that's fine. Links in the description. You can read it yourself. Let me just get something to clean us up. He stands up, pulls the condom off my dick, and tosses it in a trash can. And then he grabs a towel from a cabinet and wipes me off, then himself. The towel goes carelessly on the floor. Cassidy then yanks off my shoes and turns off the lights. He joins me in the bed and pulls me against his chest. It's a bit of a tight fit, but it works. You're staying here tonight. Wish I had a bigger bed to cuddle you in, but this will have to do. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to intrude, and I was prepared to sleep outside. I'm sure. Not gonna make you sleep outside. Besides, I like having you here. I'm certainly not going to turn down companionship when it falls into my lap. Okay. Oh, there was more to that. Thank you. I curl up against Cassidy, press myself into his chest, and then shut my eyes. While I lay there, Cassidy starts asking me questions. Not prying ones, though he does seem concerned. So, where are you going next? I'm sleepy, so I mumble back without opening my eyes. I'm heading to Phoenix. Not sure where next. I want to see the American football house, but I don't know where else I want to go. American football house? Right. It's not the most mainstream band, is it? Have you ever heard of emo music? Emo? You mean like My Chemical Romance or whatever it's called? I give a small awkward laugh. No, not really. American Football is an indie emo band that has... How do I say this? They have like moody rock music with intricate guitar riffs and emotional lyrics. It's hard to explain, but I just like their music a lot. They're pretty underground, but they have a dedicated following. Their first album had a house in Illinois on the cover, and I want to go there. Damn, they sound kind of mythical. I mean, it's not too far off the mark. Well, I should listen to some of their music sometime. Oh, I'd really appreciate it if you did. I didn't expect him to know anything about the band, but it's still nice that he looks so interested in it. Mm-hmm. Anyways, what about your family? What about yours? It's a clumsy way of avoiding the question, but I'm too tired to think of anything clever. At least being blunt should communicate to Cassidy that I don't want to talk about it. Illinois is a long way from here. Are you actually going to walk all that way? Yeah. Cassidy mumbles something to himself that I don't quite catch. Well, I won't pry. You really like emo music, I take it? Yeah. I'm certainly mumbling now. It's good to have passions like that when you're young. He lightly caresses my chest. But enough about that. I need to talk to you about something. Ash isn't your real name, is it? I slowly open my eyes. My eyelids feel heavy as I do so. How did you figure that one out? I didn't. You just told me. I feel a twinge of annoyance at that. I can't believe I fell for a trick used in Saturday morning cartoons. Hey, it could have been worse. In any case, you mind telling me your real name? I'd rather not. I've got a lot of baggage. You understand, right? Alright, I'll let it slide. He pulls me closer to his chest, my nose fidgeting in his fur. But you have to tell me one day. Alright. I'll let you know in the future. It's settled then. He continues to play with my chest as I feel every caress from his fingers. With my eyes only half open, my gaze is drawn to the view of the stars visible through the window. I can only see a small portion of the night sky, but there's still plenty of stars for me to make out. Hey, Cassidy. Yes, not Ash. I roll my eyes. How often do you look at the night sky? Not often. Usually when I'm busy driving. But it's a really pretty sight whenever I do see it. Why you ask? Do you ever think about how everyone on this planet is looking at the same sky? Not really, no. Well, I do. I think about how no matter how large the distance is between two people, they're still seeing the same star. It helps to think that you might be wishing on the same bright star as someone else. My cheeks burn up. I didn't get that idea from that movie, just an independent thought I had, I swear. The older wolf lets out a small chuckle. Yeesh, how can a single person figure me out so well in such a short time? Thinking about anyone in particular? Maybe. I'm sure that he or she is doing just fine. Thanks. That's reassuring. No problem. Remember what I said in the showers? How could I not? I just wanted to tell you that your life and who you are aren't defined by whether you sleep with men or women. It might seem that way at this age, but as you get older, it just becomes one aspect of your being. Take it from a gay bloke with years of experience. You'll thank me later. If you say so. He kisses me on the forehead. Sleep now. I'll wake you in the morning. He starts to rub my back. His touch is very soothing. I close my eyes and fall asleep much faster than I thought I would. Cassidy's touch on my back quickly lulls me into a dreamless, comfortable sleep. I'm not sure what time it is when Cassidy wakes me. Good morning, sleepyhead. You look like he slept well? He's gotten dressed already, but it doesn't look like he slept much. His face is drawn with weariness. Good morning. It usually takes me a while to shake off my sleepiness, but today I drag myself out of bed as quickly as I can. My clothes go on quickly, thankfully. Eager to get going? Yeah, I want to beat the heat. Makes sense. Before you go there, give me your phone. Before you go, though, give me your phone. I want to put my number in it. I sigh but comply with his request, unlocking it and handing it over. Cassidy quickly puts his phone number in, then hands it back. He sends me a heart message to make sure I can text him. You can text me anytime, okay? Right. Cassidy pulls me in for a hug. I stiffen up. Seriously. I'll worry otherwise. Okay, I will. I hesitate for a moment. Thank you. After I release the hug, I quickly gather my things and take a hop out of the truck. My pleasure. And be safe. I take a step away from the vehicle when I suddenly turn to him. Wait. Huh? Forgot something? Do you believe in God? Of course I do. He lifts up his necklace and dangles it towards me. Didn't notice the cross? And just because if I follow the Lord doesn't mean I can't spend a night with a handsome man. Last time I checked that whosoever in John 3:16 doesn't have a clause on sexual preferences. I see. how do I know if he's watching over me? And that's the thing. You can just know he is. You may not feel his presence at times, but he'll always be right beside you. So be a good man for both him and me, okay? Okay. That's what I like to hear. God bless you. Somebody loves you more than you know. I nod, turning on my heel and stepping away from Cassidy. I can feel his eye on me as I walk off while the sun rises. The part of me doesn't want to leave him after he'd taken care of me for the night. But then, if I hadn't, I'd have hurt him eventually. That's what it's like being me. The air is completely clear today, so I never lose sight of Cassidy. I look back once and see him go into the truck stop. About 10 minutes later, he drives past me, waving as he does. And that's that, I suppose. I can text him during my travels, but I won't see him again. That thought really starts to hurt, only when his truck passes out of view. I wish I could have had someone kind like Cassidy growing up. Wouldn't have had the great sex, of course, but I'd have had something much more valuable.
But that's why I'm out here, I suppose. Wishes don't come true, so might as well follow my guts. Mike always believed they would, though. I often think back to the time he told me he found a wishing well and tossed in a quarter. He was so excited about it, earnestly hoping for his wish to come true. I didn't believe in things like that, and I told him as much. I still don't. He was angry, I could tell, but trying not to show it. Mike told me he wished for his dad to go to heaven. I told him his dad will. I don't know if I believe in God, but I also don't know if I don't. For now, he exists, I guess. I don't know if that affects me any, though. When I got home that day, the kitchen floor was covered in shards of glass. Mom was crying. Dad was furious. I never found out what happened. I can surmise, but I never asked. I think he hit her. I don't know. Just numbly went to my room and did my best to ignore the fight. At this point, I don't care either. But I do know that even if heaven exists, my dad definitely isn't going there. Not like I want him there anyways. Mike also asked me what I'd wish for. I didn't know that either. Still don't. There's no point to being here anyway, so there's nothing to wish for. We'll all die anyway, and what we wished for will become meaningless. The universe sweeps all that stuff away eventually. But I'll keep walking. Maybe eventually I'll find some meaning, something to motivate and outlast me. Even if it ends up becoming a comforting lie, I'd like that. Not likely, but as long as I could force myself to believe it, I wouldn't mind. I'll keep walking. Might find out why I'm on this hellish earth. If I don't, well, I guess I'll die alone then. Alone and meaningless. Fragile and knowing there is no God. But until that happens, I'll just keep walking.
That was a nice little ending. I don't think I've ever seen somebody incorporate a sort of like spoken word thing on music into a VN before. It's Chile. Blah blah blah. Thanks for reading all the way through. Blah blah. Yes, go rate if you want. Link in description. There were some whip art assets in the sex scene, so you didn't see them, but they're there. Yeah, it was a nice little one. So yeah, as I said, if you want to see a nice gift, go download it. Go leave them a comment, rate them if you feel like it. And I'll probably keep checking out some more of these May Wolf entries. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.